So, disclaimer ahead, this deck list slash deck profile won't be taking account in Sazan, since I see that it's a pretty boring card to add to a deck and change the deck, make it a lot worse. Well, not worse in like, you know what I mean, but worse in the gameplay aspect. And a lot of people agree that it should be banned, including me. So, yeah, this also appeal to my opponent. The opponent I fight against doesn't use the sign in their deck either. So yeah. Also, I wasn't able to play test as much because you know of the COVID. So yeah. So, but I tried my best. So, lastly, this video will be divided into 4 sections: deck list, tip, option, and gameplay. Other than that, hope you guys enjoy the video. Hey guys, it's me Shark from Team Burst again, and today I'm going to be doing the Gear Chronicle Grogrock deck profile. This is going to be a pure version, no Timely Baron, no Zazan. I'm probably put it in the disclaimer, so you've probably seen it by now. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy, and let's get into it. I know you guys been asking for this for a while, and I've done countless tests with my friend, and here's the deck I end up with. I'm not completely confident of this deck, unlike the other one I have done before, since I only tested a couple times. A couple, I mean like around 50 to 60, but still not as much as I usually test. And also, since it's COVID right now, I don't have as much friends to test with, so I only play this against like 10 to 11 decks, so it's not as much as I usually test, like 20 to 30. But I hope you guys do enjoy this, and of course the meta is a bit weird right now, so yeah. And also, I already put in the disclaimer that who I test against and what this deck is, we don't include Sazan, because I know you guys don't really like Sazan. So this deck, obviously we run 4 copy of Chronojet. So we run 4 Chronojet. Of course, it gives you force, it gives you the name of Chronojet. You don't use the skill much often, but sometime if you just need a little push to kill your opponent, you can use the skill to go into the next stage. But that doesn't really happen. Of course, it also has the second skill where when it attack, you can counterblast, gain 5k, and the opponent can't guard with a sentinel. That's a pretty important skill. Now we run 4 copy of next stage. So next stage have a very cool skill where at the end battle attack, if the opponent Vanguard is a grade 3 or greater, you can drop 2, ride a Chronojet from Soul, ride it, and you gain 15k. Pretty good card for the combo of the Grogrock, so you can do 3 attack with the Vanguard. The next we run 4 copy of the Smoke Gear Dragon. His skill is when they attack, it gain 5k, and if you roll a grade 4 this turn, you can Soul Blast and draw. And if you have Vanguard with Chronojet in card name, all card you discard will be a grade 3. This card is very good since in the combo you only need to bind 4 to activate Grogrock, so it's a very good. What I usually do is keep this card on rear guard and don't attack with it. So you attack with, let's say you have another rear guard here, boost, then boost the Vanguard, use Grogrock, Superior Ride into next stage, then next stage into Chronojet, and then after that you can attack with this, where you stack all the trigger on, and then after that you can Soul Blast and draw, because you already wrote a grade 4 this turn. It doesn't work with Stride, by the way, if someone asks. I run 4 copy of Ikuba. He's just a bit of a boost in early game, and also he's a Stride fodder, so that does help because you're not gonna have this card in the few, especially in premium format. This card's just gonna get retired very soon. Then I run 3 copy of Nabu. She's more of a bit boost in early game too. She doesn't really work well in striding, after striding, but she's a decent option, so I put her there, and also a decent recycler in the early game. Then of course we run our staple right target, one of the best gear card in the world, Chrono 2 Tiger. His skill is out of the ride phase, he's just +1 for free, and when he is discarded you can counterblast and draw. This is probably one of the main reasons we use this, since this card will turn into a grade 3, so when you stride you just basically get the card back, and it calls itself as rest, so it worked pretty well with Grogrock. Like I said, you want to usually keep this card, so if you discard this you can put it rest like this, so you don't lose out on any boosting. Next we run 4 copy of Steam Breath. We of course gonna run Steam Breath since he helped us search Chronojet, and we only run 4 grade 3. So he's a very good option, and his discard skill of gaining 5k come into play quite a lot since it's a very easy 5k boost and a very good skill. Next, this is a debatable option, but I run 2 copy of Arlim. She does help you counter charge a bit since this deck does use a lot of counter blast, and also of course Arlim, this spaces out. The main thing I use this card for is not the counter charge, that's just like a Valiant plus, but the thing I'm using for is that I want to run a lot of crit since this deck does focus around killing the opponent as fast as possible, even though you can probably go for on the second stride, but killing on the first stride is more reassuring because or else your opponent would just kill you, or you just don't have enough resource for second stride. The last grade one I run is 2 copy of Stride Father. Just basically nothing else to run, and also he's a decent right target. So that's it. Next we run 1 copy of Chronodran for the grade 0, our starter, and then we run 2 copy of Chronodran. I only have 1 SP, and I want all of them to be SP. 2 Chronodran just for that extra attack with Chronojet if you do have it on the field. It's also searchable by our Stride, which I'm going to show in a minute. Next we run 4 copy of her. I don't use the skill often, but it's there if you need it. It worked pretty well with Ragnarok, which I'm going to show you. 4 copy of the Stride Father. Stride Father is very important. And of course we run 2 crit. We run 2 more crit, so we run 10 crit. And 2 draw PG. Also, by the way, if you're fighting in something like Oracle, which I don't know if it's much of a problem, but I do play test against it a lot, so grade 1 PG does can stop Ichikishima. Of course it can't stop Silent Tom still, but at least you have that, and then you have 4 Hue. Okay, now let's go to the G zone. We run 1 copy of Grogrock. I don't really need more, to be honest. There's I play many game and there's not really a situation where I use more than 1. Because I also have Gear Groovy for that second copy if you want. And the main thing I use him for is you can copy both Ragnarok and Grogrock skill. And Ragnarok is actually very good in this format. I'm not sure if it is actually very good, but from what I play tested, I think he's very good. Blocking grade 0 prevent your opponent from doing a lot of things. And combining it with Grogrock, it's very good. I never pull it out. I think I put it out once or twice, but that's really it. Because either I ran out of resources for second stride, I already lose, or when I get there, I win before I even get to use Grogrock skill. Because Ragnarok skill is that. Or you can just clinch the opponent in first turn, but usually he's very good since you also get that plus the extra cut. So it does sometimes kill your opponent, whichever I run it. Then we run 1 copy of History Build. Sometimes you can go into this. It's the only other stride that doesn't cost a single counter blast, so that's one thing you can go into. We run Chrono Visor Heritage. I never gone to him, but if I never gone to him because I never gone to set 3rd stride. But after 3rd stride, you're gonna use him, since if somehow you didn't kill him with Gear Groovy combined with Ragnarok, and somehow they didn't kill you on 2nd stride either, then you can go for Chrono Visor Heritage. It's just another option. There's not really anything else to go for, so that's why I run him. But if you do go to that stage, then yeah, run 1 Dust. There's not really much thing else to run, so that's why I just run Dust. You can use it in a niche situation. 2 copy of Blue Recycling card, pretty good. 2 Illuge, you know, to activate Visor Heritage. 2 Heteron. Pretty good card, shuffle your opponent back. We got Rifana. She helps search for Chronodran back to the field. So her skill is basically you put a grade 1 or greater card from the field back to the deck. Then you can call Chronodran to the field. That's basically it. Get 10k shield. Decent shield. Then we have our ultimate G guard. Just do Count Blast, flip 1 card and gain 5k shield for all the shield. In the original build I used in area, I did run Barrellock instead of 1 copy of Heteron. But since I know that Barrellock is not available in English, I just run 1 more Heteron. And then I just run a lot of Force Marker. You're gonna go for Force 1 and put it on the Vanguard. There's not really any reason to put much on the rear guard or use Force 2. And then my token of appreciation. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this deck profile. I'm gonna explain a bit more. I'm gonna explain in the tip section about which card you should ride and what situation you should do a bit. And then after that, I'll explain the option, and I'll show you guys the gameplay. So if you guys enjoy. Hey guys, so this is the tip section, and the first tip I'm gonna give you guys is what the ride target we should have and what are the lineup of efficiency we should ride into. So for grade 1, the best ride target is obviously Chronotoot, since you get an extra plus every time you ride into him. And also if you do go first, you can stay on him and just get plus every time you start a turn. Next one is Bearing Rover, since it have an on-hit skill on Vanguard that you can drop and draw. It's a decent skill, but he's decent on Vanguard. Next would be Steam Breath, since it work on both Vanguard and Rearguard, so it doesn't really matter if it's on Vanguard or Rearguard. But yeah, it look a top 5 for Chrono Jet and discard a card. And the worst ride target is obviously Arlen, since it's a perfect card. You don't really want to waste perfect card. And also you want her in the drop zone to activate her skill. So if you do ride her, try to Soul Blast it out with something like Smokey. For grade 2, the best ride target is Ikuba, since you can use its skill, and by being on the Vanguard, he's not at a chance of getting retired, so you can keep using the drive skill if you want. Not really, but he's probably the best out of them, because these two is on Rearguard is best. This one does gain an on Rearguard skill if your Vanguard is Chrono Jet, so that's why he's probably okay on Vanguard, but he's probably more better on Rearguard. And Nabu can only work on Rearguard, so that's why it's the worst ride target, and you want her as an attacker, then go into Soul and Draw. So yeah, that's really it for grade 3. There's only one grade. So for the next step, I don't really have anything to do in the early game for Stride, since that's more pretty simple. It's kind of like just basically play standard. And so I'll explain the tip in striding. I kind of already said this in the deck list, but to show you guys in more detail, let's say I stride into Grogrock. Of course, before you stride, if you do have smoke gear, I recommend you to discard Chronotoot, because Chronotoot can just Counter Blast and call itself in rest. And I recommend you to call behind smoke gear, since you're gonna keep it there on the rear guard. So yeah, so you stride into Grogrock. Of course you want to feel the field. Okay, Chronogen, of course you probably already know, so use the bind. Let's say you attack like normal, 15, Grogrock for 31. Well, you need to have force marker, but yeah, you triple drive. Okay, that's just a sample. Let's say I at least get one trigger. Let me just search for trigger. Let's say I at least get one trigger of those. You can just give all effect to this. Normally, if you don't have any rearguard standing, you don't have any power to get to, so that's another plus. Because usually your opponent would just perfect guard this, so that's one. And then of course, after the skill, you can Counter Blast 1, and you bind 4, rest the rearguard in this. Then after that, you Superior Ride, Chrono Dragon the next stage. And yeah, obviously you'll have Dran to go into Soul to call Chrono Jet. So you can stack power after then, but just that on grade 4 you won't have any power to stack to if you draw a lot of trigger and your opponent perfect guard your attack. So it's just a safe keep there, and you attack with this, you drive check 2, you drop 2, you Superior Ride stuff. But yeah, after that you can use the skill to Soul Blast and draw after the Dran go into the Soul. That's just a little tip that I like to do, is that you want to try to keep at least Smoke Gear on the rear guard. It doesn't even need to be Smoke Gear, but Smoke Gear is usually the better one. And you can do the whole save keep thing with Chronotoot, so you don't lose out on any boosting. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this tip. I have a bit more tip, but I feel like this is enough, like the important one. If you guys have anything to ask, you can ask me later. So let's go into the option part. So I'll tell you guys what option you have. If you don't completely like this deck list, you can try it out and you're like, maybe I want to replace something. Now I'll show you guys the option you can choose from. Because net decking sometimes might not be of your satisfaction. You might want to try something out that fit more your playstyle, or you think, I think this would probably work better, or the time leap engine. So let's go there. So for the option part, I'll be explaining most of the card that people would consider, but I think that they are not the best, but you guys can consider it, since not all decks are perfect. You can take it, you can net deck the deck and maybe see if you like it. Maybe you feel like, I think this option might be better. You can do that, I don't mind. So yeah, so just gonna explain these options. Well, first of all, I won't probably be able to mention everything since I don't want this video to be too long, but I'll try to mention all the one that people are talking about. So the first thing, of course, is the time leap engine. I could just make like a separate deck profile video, but I'm probably not. I probably want to do more like other archetype, like for, you know, CTB, Chronos command. So I'll probably be working on that more than, you know, making a time leap deck. So first of all, you can put the time leap engine, where you can either just go a bit more lesser by putting just Melem and Uvatar, since Melem can just be an 11k attacker. Go to deck, then you can call Uvatar just an extra draw that gains benefit from Grogrock, or you can go back into the deck and search for Chronojet. You can do that, or you can add more to the time leap engine by putting in TikTok Worker, which make a combo where you can do an extra attack like the one I said, where you usually want to keep Smoke Gear on the field, or mostly any other one. The Smoke Gear is probably the best, and a rear guard rest. Usually it's by Chrono 2, but with this you can just do TikTok boost by Melem, go into Uvatar and Smoke Gear, then you can attack with the other side, attack with the Vanguard, then you Counterblast, bind all 4, and then you gain the extra plus from Uvatar while you still have Smoke Gear on the field. It's a pretty decent combo. I did try it for a bit, but I found it a bit too, let's just say, it doesn't, since we don't have that much searcher at the moment, it doesn't really work too well, but it does, it's not as easy to get those cards as it was when you actually build the whole time leap engine. Another card to add more into the time leap engine is, of course, History Maker if you want multi-attack in the deck, or you can put in, but I don't really like History Maker since I think it wastes too much Counterblast. We're already using a lot of Counterblast as it is, so yeah, it's just not for me, but you guys might like it, extra attack. Or of course you can run in, just bam in more time leap with Takeaway, Elishma. Yeah, you can put in that, but if you want, of course. I'm a bit, I don't really like it much. I feel like just pure like this is fine. Or instead of going to more like multi-attack stuff with time leap, you can go into more of the pure stuff. You can run like Tempest Spear, Clay Elemental. Now the thing with Tempest Spear is that what you can do is you can use Tempest Spear and flip a G unit, 2G unit if you can. Then you can go Gear Groovy and first stride, copying the Grogrock skill. I did want to try that for a while, but usually I never get it off. Even if I run 4 Tempest Spear, usually I only get 1 before striding, so it's not that efficient and also wastes too much Counterblast for me. And with that, I need to run a lot of vanilla too, which is not the most efficient. So yeah, but you guys can try it out if you guys want, of course. Another card that I've been seeing a lot of people wanting to run is Steam Maiden in Lisa. You know, the Steam Maiden one that appear in the latest gear set. You can drop a card, then you search your deck for a grade 4 and ride it. From what I can tell, is basically what you can do is that if you go first, you can use a skill, go into a grade 4. Then after that, you put a grade 2 from Soul or Drop Zone and ride it, so that when your opponent go to the next turn by riding grade 3, they can't strike right away. For me, it's a bit too, you know, it's a bit too much for me. I feel like you don't really need that, and also only work on going first. Of course, your opponent can just, you know, they don't want to ride up, but that's about it for me. I mean, it might just be I didn't test against enough deck or enough good deck, or I don't know. Maybe all the meta deck these days just stall before you go to grade 4. But with the fastness I have right now, I don't think they will. But that's another option to consider if you guys want to. For me, I did try it for 1 or 2 games, but I didn't like it that much. It might be because most of that game, I think, I did go second quite a lot, but I did go first for one game. Yeah. But yeah, it might be for you guys. For me, not really. Of course, what you can do is that you go into Metallica Phoenix. So some people want to run Metallica Phoenix for what you go first. But usually, if I do go first, I just stay on Chrono 2 to get extra plus every turn until my opponent ride into grade 2. But that's only me. Of course, if I don't have Chrono 2, then I wait until I get eco buff for grade 2. But yeah, if I don't get both, then that's unfortunate. I'll probably just ride over and let my opponent strike first. But yeah, that's about it. That's about the option I can name right now. I don't want to name too much, but that's the important one out of the way. So hope you guys enjoy the gameplay. Hope you guys enjoy this video. I'm probably not going to talk much in the gameplay, but I'll show you guys around 3 gameplay. Yeah, 3. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy, and remember, keep playing.